Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Apes, machine guns, apes with machine guns, riding horses. Yeah, let's talk about it. Hey there guys, how are ya? By the way, before we jump into the movie review of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, that is a long title. But either way, you know what other movie this reminds me of? The Lion King. If you've seen the movie, you might know what I'm talking about. But either way, Scar is an asshole. You killed Mufasa, you son of a bitch! Okay, let's get back to this movie. Now, what is the plot of this movie? Well, most of humanity has been wiped out from a man-made virus. Apes are quickly evolving, and the last little shred of humanity are clinging to survive. Now, this movie is the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and if you guys didn't know, that was one of my favorite movies of 2011. And by the way, just quickly, let me get this out of the way. Here's my James Franco impression. I'm sorry for that, but this movie is a sequel, and if you want me to compare this movie to other sequels, well, I would say it's kind of like the Dark Knight of sequels. It's that good. But yeah, except it has apes in it and no Batman. But either way, Commissioner Gordon's still there. That's right, actor Gary Oldman's in this movie, and he plays one of the last surviving humans. He's part of this colony of people. The human element in this movie is good, it's sufficient, all the actors did a good job, but it does get a little bit cliche at times. But every time there's humans up on the screen talking, you're just like, go back to the apes, that is what I want to see more of. Now, years ago, most people might refer to Andy Serkis as a motion capture performance artist. I mean, this man has went from playing Gollum, one of the sleaziest slime bags in Middle Earth, to Caesar, the great and powerful leader of the apes. But you know what? This man is an actor, because some of the emotions that he conveys through his characters, even though there's a little bit of a CGI curtain in the way, he still expresses these emotions. You really feel for his CGI motion capture characters more than the human characters in the movie, and I think that says something about what this guy's capable of. Yeah, so suffice it to say, Andy Serkis' performance in this movie was phenomenal. And the character of Caesar in this film is one of the most intriguing, fascinating characters I've seen up on the big screen in a while. And there's times in this movie, you know, it's a big CGI ape, but there's times where you just forget about that because there's so much emotion, you're just like, yeah, this is a character, and then you realize that, oh, it's an ape too. And that's one of the biggest praises I can give to this movie, because even though that's an ape up there on the big screen, you forget about it because the character development is so well done. Now let's talk about one of my favorite aspects of this movie, and that is the Post-Apocalyptic Wasteland. This is the good stuff. This is what I wanted to get into, because in the first movie, you know, humanity was still around and they had to make their mistakes to kind of screw themselves over so they could all die of a man-made virus. Yeah, but anyway, I've always enjoyed Post-Apocalyptic Wasteland settings, and this movie really gives you that, and I enjoy looking at it. Now let's talk about another thing that looks phenomenal in this movie, and that is all the effects, CGI, motion capture work that went into this movie, because that's how you do it. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Green Lantern. Your effects look like shit, and your movie looks like it was made in 1991. There are scenes in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes where the camera gets really close up to a CGI ape face, but the expressions and the emotions and the little wrinkles, it's all photorealistic, and I was just blown away by it at times. Now, technically, this is a summer, big-budget blockbuster movie with a lot of CGI effects in it. But does it feel like that? Well, yeah, the movie feels grandiose in scale, but the movie is done in such a way that it doesn't feel like this big bloated Hollywood piece of shit thrown at your face. Because unlike other big budget summer movies, I'm talking to you Transformers, this movie is subtle when it has to be and has character development and takes its time in telling a story where you get to know the characters so you care about what's happening in the movie. Now, a few seconds ago I was talking about the character of Caesar and how intriguing he is to watch up on the big screen, but there was also another motion capture ape in this movie that was very fascinating, kind of a little bit evil at times, and that was the character of Koba. And the character of Koba and Caesar throughout this movie have a lot of tension between them two, and you can feel it building up throughout the entire movie. And I really enjoyed that aspect about it, because you felt like these two guys were on edge. I just called them guys. They're apes. But that's how good this movie is. You forget that they're apes because the character development is so damn good. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This movie's a fun-filled action big blockbuster film that has emotions and character development in it. And the weakest element of this movie is the human aspect of it, which was sufficient. It wasn't bad, but it just doesn't compare to the apes in the movie. So overall, I'm going to give Dawn of the Planet of the Apes an A. So anyway, guys, that's my review for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Now here's my question to you, and let me know down below, if you could be any animal, like you're gonna be this animal for the rest of your life, which kind of animal would you be, or what did you think about the movie? Yeah, let me know down below. And by the way, on my second channel, John Flickster, my vlog channel, link down below, I went on an all-new Flick Trip movie adventure, so definitely check that out. It's good stuff. And yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, do so, and I'll see you next time.